Savan, 7th day, Don Bosco Matunga High School. Today my project is dynamo, rotate the pulley to generate electricity. 3 project requirements: yellow base hole, L bracket, U bracket, 1 big pulley, 1 small pulley, rubber, motor, wooden plate, LED light, screw, nuts, washer, screwdriver. Now let's begin with project. Now my dynamo is ready. Both the pulleys are in straight line attached with rubber. Now rotate the pulley anti-clockwise. Here muscular energy is getting converted into electricity and light is glowing. This dynamo can be used in rural areas where light problems happen.
Hello everyone, this is Saksham Mithlesh from Standard 7th B to perform an experiment for the Creative Lab in Bosco Kala Utsav. Today we are going to do an amazing experiment which helps us understand the Lorentz force and Michael Faraday's theory of his first induction motor. So let's get started. All you're going to need to do is take a double cell, a screw, a neodymium magnet which is pretty strong, and a U-clip. And the most important thing, a copper wire which is about 10 inches long. What you're going to need to do is take your screw and attach the neodymium magnet towards the flat portion of the screw. As you can see, it is very powerful and it's hardly letting go in it. So, never mind, let's take the U-clip and attach it towards the end of the magnet, other end of the magnet, to prove that it's actually rotating. Now, as we already know, when we connect the magnet through here, this part also becomes a magnet. So, when we apply the battery over here, it should stick to it. Let's test. Boom! It's stuck over here. As you can see, it can rotate freely over here. Now let's take this copper wire, attach it over here, and it's not working. Yeah, see. It's actually rotating. See? See it? Yeah. You see? It's actually rotating. Yeah. You can see it. Right? Yeah. That was fun, wasn't it? So you must be wondering, why was it rotating? Well, it is called the right-hand rule. You see, this is the shape what we make. This is the direction of the current. This is the magnetic force, and this is the direction of the force. So, when we attach the magnet towards the battery, it creates a magnetic field around it. And when I touch the copper wire towards the magnet, it created a circuit. Now, as we know, when we apply electricity to a complete circuit, it starts to behave as a magnet. Now, because of the Lorentz force, it starts spinning around because the magnet is getting attracted towards the circuit. Here, we can talk about a jealousy fact about the homopolar motor when it was first made. Did you know when Humphrey Davy was trying to find out?
Hello, I am Dhairyamadhan from 7th. I have made this windmill model.
How does a windmill work? Windmill operates on a simple principle. The energy in the wind turns 2 or 3 propeller-like blades around a rotor, which is connected to the main shaft, which spins the generator and generates electricity. Basically, it converts kinetic energy from the wind into electric energy. I am going to use this as a stand for my windmill. This is the generator for my windmill, which will generate electricity. These are the fans I use for the propellers of my windmill. And this is the light to demonstrate the energy given by the windmill. Here I have connected the motor to a stand of my windmill and then connected it to the propellers. And then I've connected it to the light.
This is the tabletop fan I am going to be using to generate wind, which will be taken by these propellers, which will spin the steel rod of this motor, which will generate electricity, which will be passed on through these clips and the wire, and which will go to the light bulb I've made with an old ball.
Now in complete darkness you can see the light glowing. This project was an example how a windmill works. A windmill just generates electricity with wind, which is kinetic energy. The wind spins the rotor and then electricity is generated. Windmills are a clean and sustainable source of energy. I hope you liked it.
I am Prayak Samir Fatak from Bosco High School, Standard 7. My topic name is Solar Operated Conduction Dryer. Materials required for making solar operated conduction dryer is metal box, metal wire mesh tray, metal tray, thick transparent plastic, black paint, and fruits and vegetables. Let's see how it operates. Prepare one metal box as per the size, which have two horizontal slots. Insert the metal wire mesh tray in the first slot and insert the metal tray in the second slot. Fix the plastic top cover, which is removable. Then take fruits and vegetables, cut them into slices. Then keep them on the metal wire mesh tray for 6 to 8 hours. After keeping them for 6 to 8 hours, shift them on the metal tray for 6 to 8 hours. After that, take out the fruits and vegetables from metal tray and keep them for storage. As we observe, we use only solar heat for this process. No any electrical power is used. As we know, black color absorbs heat, so that's why our solar operated conduction dryer is more efficient. We use transparent plastic to cover the solar operated conduction dryer because we avoid direct sunlight ultraviolet rays. After drying fruits and vegetables, water evaporates only and vitamins and nutrients do not get evaporated with water. After drying, we can use dry fruits and dry vegetables for next 6 months. Selling dry fruits and dry vegetables is very helpful for farmers. We start drying process from November to May, 6 to 7 months. In rainy period, we cannot use this. Now I'll show what I have kept from last 6 to 8 hours in the metal wire mesh tray and metal tray. From last 6 to 8 hours I have kept the tomatoes and capsicum, and from metal wire mesh tray I have shifted this. This is coconut, cucumbers and beetroots. Conclusion. In minimum cost, we can preserve dry fruits and dry vegetables without any chemical process. When we dry extra fruits and vegetables, we can use it to give to people and soldiers who stay outstation.
Devender and from Don Bosco High School, Matunga, Standard 7, Division E, Roll number 8. This is my project which is based on rainwater harvesting. This is the rainwater storage tank, this is filter, this is storage tank, and this is another water filter. When the water comes to the storage tank, it gives water to the farm, then to the garden. And rainwater harvesting is a sustainable process that helps in preserving rainwater for different purposes and for future needs as well. Rainwater harvesting is a method of collecting and storing rainwater to be used for various purposes. Benefits of rainwater harvesting. Storing rainwater helps in recharging the aquifer. It helps in preventing urban flooding due to the excess rain. The stored rainwater can be used for irrigation practice in farming region. The water can be used for daily use and help in reducing water bills in the towns and cities. It helps
It is a helpful way to tackle the scarcity of water in arid and dry regions. It helps restoring the ground level relevance today in the future.
I am Felix Nadar of 7E and now I will show you how soap reacts with germs. How does soap clean the dirt, grease and oils of your hands? To answer that, we will need a visit to chemistry class. Does soap attract dirt? Because soap molecules have both polar and non-polar properties, they are great emulsifiers, which means they can disperse one liquid into another. When you wash your dirty hands with soap and water, the tails of the soap molecules are repelled by water and attracted to oils, which attract dirt. You have heard the saying, oil and water do not mix. On a chemical level, that's because the fatty molecules that make up oil, grease and dirt are all non-polar molecules that don't have a charge, while water molecules are polar. That's why you get separate layers when you mix cooking oil with water or vinegar. This is important to understand for hand washing because when disease-causing germs in facial matter or dirt get on our hands after using the toilet or touching a contaminated surface, they mix with the natural oil on our skin and stay there. When you rinse your hands with water only, it's insufficient against the germy oils that have logged into your skin. The water slips right off without mixing, just like it does with the cooking oil.
To do this experiment, I have taken a plate, cup of water, pepper and some liquid detergent in a spoon. First I will pour some water in it. And then I will spread some pepper. See, the pepper is gone all four sides of the plate. And then I will take one liquid detergent in a spoon and then see what happens. What happened? All the pepper goes all four sides of the plate.
Hello everyone, this is Meet Lalwani from Standard 8B of Don Bosco High School, Matunga. Friends, today we are going to do an amazing experiment to know the power of water with the help of science of hydraulics to help people build and carry weights. So let's start this experiment to see the magic of science. These are the requirements. We have to cut these cardboard pieces with the given measurement. So these are the cardboard pieces we have cut as per the given measurements. After cutting the pieces, we will join the pieces with the help of toothpick and glue. So we will attach the toothpick to it and apply glue to it. You can see how the model is now ready. So now we will attach syringes to it. we'll require 8 syringes for the model, and these are the requirements which we'll be needing next. As you can see, our model is ready now to work, and these are the control panels which are attached to our model. Let's see how it works. This is how my hydraulic arm works. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Bosco from 8B. Today I'm going to show you working of air cooler on electricity generated from organic potatoes. In the 19th century, they used lead acid cell to generate electricity. The lead cell contains a lead electrode and a lead oxide electrode, and both are dipped into dilute sulfuric acid. Lead oxide carries a positive charge while lead electrode carries a negative charge. Because of the chemical reaction between the substances in the cell, electric charge is produced on both the electrodes and electric current flows through the load in the circuit.
3.
Inspired by the same, I created potato battery. Now I am going to show you the working of air cooler from the electricity generated from my potato batteries. In this model, I have inserted copper wire and the zinc coated nail. The copper and the zinc coated nail act as the two electrodes. That is, the copper wire acts as the cathode and the zinc coated nail acts as an anode. The phosphoric acid present in the potato acts as electrolyte, which reacts with copper and zinc and makes the electrons flow. Now I am going to show you the voltage acquired from one potato. I acquired about 0.5 to 1 volt from a potato. So I require multiple potatoes in order to make my air cooler run. So I connected multiple potatoes in order to acquire my 9 volts. Now, as you can see, I had connected the potato battery to my air cooler. Now, let us check whether they work. As soon as I turn on the switch, the fan starts revolving. Now, as you can see, we have a container containing ice cubes and the lid of the air cooler containing a fan and a tube. As soon as we on the switch, the air fan starts circulating air and the air comes out from the tube. Now let's see whether cool air comes out of the container. Now let's turn on the switch. I can really feel the cool air coming out of the air cooler. After conducting this experiment successfully, now we can conclude that electricity.
Good morning, teachers and all my dear friends.
Hi, I'm Som Bisoy from 8B class and I have made a working model of heart. Heart, center of a circulatory system which is a network of blood vessels that delivers blood. Blood carries out a rich amount of oxygen and some nutrients. Heart pumps blood throughout our body. As you all can see, this is the diagram of the heart. The upper chambers are called as the atrium and the lower chambers are called as the ventricles. As you can see, right ventricle, left ventricle. Okay. So this is the diagram of the blood flow inside the heart. Blood flow. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body and pumps it to the right ventricle through tricuspid valve. The right ventricle pumps the deoxygenated blood to the lungs through the pulmonary arteries and semilunar valve. The left atrium receives oxygenated rich blood from the lungs and pumps it through the left ventricle through bicuspid valve. From the left ventricle, it pumps the oxygen-rich blood through the aortic semilunar valve and to the aorta. And from the aorta, it goes to the other organs of the body. So now I am going to tell you some components you must know. I am going to start about the right side of heart. From the right side of heart, it receives deoxygenated blood from the veins and pumps it to the lungs where it picks up oxygen and gets rid of carbon dioxide. As you all can see, this is the right side of the heart. And from that, it receives from that vena cava, it receives and transfers the deoxygenated blood through the right atrium and from that to the right ventricle. Now I am going to tell you about the left side of the heart. The left side of heart. It receives oxygen-rich blood from the lungs. As I told you now, the left atrium receives oxygen-rich blood from the lungs. And pumps it through the arteries to different parts of the body. To the aorta and different parts of the body. The heart has 4 chambers that pump blood. 2 on right side and 2 on left side. Left and right atrium are smaller chambers that pump blood into the ventricles. As you all can see, these are the smaller chambers that pumps blood. And left and right ventricles are stronger pumps. The left ventricle is the strongest because it has to pump blood. The left ventricle is the strongest one because it has to pump blood. When your heart functions normally, all 4 chambers, means all these 4 chambers, work in a continuous and coordinated effort to keep oxygen-rich blood circulating throughout our body. Heart has its own electrical system that coordinates the work of the heart chambers and also controls the frequency of the beats. As you all can see, I told you just now that all these 4 chambers work in a continuous and coordinated manner. It is a very big effort that all these chambers work. And also it has to supply out the blood to our entire body. This is my model of heart I have made. As you all can see, from the lungs, it is pushed by the left atrium by the pulmonary veins. As you all can see, when I pump this up, as you all can see, this is the blood flow. As you all can see, there are bubbles coming. Okay, from this it comes to the left heart and to the left ventricle by the pulmonary veins, and from that it goes to the arteries and to the different parts of body. Simultaneously, at that time only, the right heart also has a function. The deoxygenated blood it goes to the right heart from the right atrium to the right ventricle, and again it is transferred to the lungs to pure the blood.
Hello respected teachers and my dear friends. I'm Ryan Monteiro from class 8D. Today I'm going to show you 2 experiments based on the same topic, that's air pressure. What is air pressure, atmospheric pressure? Air pressure, atmospheric pressure is the force exerted on a surface by the air above it as gravity pulls it to the earth. So let's begin with the first experiment. For this experiment, you'll need a bottle filled with water and a pin. Let's begin with it. Let's make a hole in the bottle. Now you'll be thinking, as I remove the pin, water will spill away. Let's see what happens. Let's remove the pin. As you can see, water did not spill away. The reason is the cap. As I remove the cap, air will enter in the bottle and the water will start spilling away. As you can see. Now if I close the cap, water will stop again. If I exert pressure on the bottle, water will spill. If I remove the cap again, water will start spilling again. This was my experiment. Let's move on to the second experiment. The requirements for this experiment is a halfly filled bottle, a cutter, a straw, a balloon, and a glass. Let's make a hole in the bottle. Let's insert the straw. At the edge of the straw, let's keep a glass. Now let's blow a balloon. Let's open the cap of the bottle. Now let's place the balloon on the cap of the bottle. Let's leave the balloon. As you can see, water gets collected in the glass. I'll explain you what is actually happening in this experiment. It is explaining us that air pressure is equal in all the directions. As you place an inflated balloon on the cap of the bottle, so the air goes inside the bottle and it creates a pressure on the water. Therefore, it makes the fountain stronger. Greater the pressure acting on the liquid column in the bottle, more would be the water drained out. Which means if I inflate the balloon more, the air pressure on the water will increase, which will result in more water coming out of the straw. These were my two experiments. Thank you.
I am Vedvani from 18. Today I perform an experiment of food adulteration. What is food adulteration? Food adulteration is the contamination of food by adding various substances that are known as adulterants. These adulterants increase the quantity and decrease the standard of quality of food. It is illegal and is carcinogenic to health. Food is adulterated with unhygienic water, brick powder, stones, etc. It is used to gain maximum profit. People buy this as it is economical. Bureau of Indian Standards certifies products with an ISI mark. The ISI mark certifies that the food is of good quality and standard. Every consumer should check the ISI mark before buying any product. My aim is to detect if the food is adulterated or non-adulterated. Experiment 1. Milk. So, in this experiment, we can see in the first sample, the milk flows slowly and leaves a white trail. But in the second sample, the milk does not leave a white trail and flows rapidly, indicating the second sample is adulterated. With water, it can also be adulterated with detergent. Some of its harmful effects are nausea, vomiting, etc. Experiment 2. Chili powder. So, as we can see, as the chili powder disperses, there is no color change in this, but there is a color change in this, indicating this one is adulterated with artificial colors. Its harmful effects are cancer. Experiment 3. Honey. In the first sample, the honey settles down, but in the second sample, the honey diffuses, indicating this one is more pure, but this one is adulterated with sugar syrup and its harmful effects are obesity and high glucose level. Experiment 4. Sugar. We observe that in this, the sugar settles down to the bottom, but in this, a layer of adulterants is on the surface, indicating this one is adulterated with chalk powder. Its harmful effects are stomach disorders. Experiment 5. Turmeric powder. We will allow it to settle for 10 minutes. We observe that the turmeric powder settles down to the bottom, but in this there is a color change due to yellow dye. That means this one is adulterated. Experiment 6. Salt. On adding salt to the water, we see the salt settles down to the bottom, but in this the water turns turbid, but in this it is clear. This means it is adulterated with chalk powder and it causes paralysis. So I hope now you can identify the adulterated food. Eat healthy, stay fit, live long. Thank you.
Hello friends, my name is Arnav Ghagri and my project name is Pollution. Now I will show you my project. This is my project on pollution. There are various types of pollution like land pollution, water pollution, air pollution and noise pollution. Now I will tell you about land pollution. Land pollution is a result of dumping garbage, waste and other toxins, making the land contaminated and polluted. The sources of land pollution comes from the human element such as littering and waste that is washed ashore from boats, oil rigs, etc. According to the annual report of the Indian government, it is estimated that the total generation of solid waste is approximately 150,000 tons per day, and of that, approximately 90% of waste is collected. Do you know that energy can also be made by garbage? The procedure is that the garbage is taken to the dumping ground and there it is segregated. The leftover part like cardboard, paper, etc. are taken to the plant and burned. But the required amount of heat is still not generated. So they put the rice husk and generate the required amount of heat. And thus the energy is generated. The plastic, electronic things and metal products are recycled. Now I will tell you about noise pollution. Noise pollution is defined as unwanted sounds that disrupt normal sound in the environment. Noise pollution has a negative impact on wildlife species by reducing habitat quality, increasing stress levels, and masking other sounds. It may also cause heart attacks. The causes are traffic noise, railway stations, construction sites, airport. The preventions are that we should stay away from noisy areas and we should follow the limits of the noise. Now I will tell you about air pollution. Air pollution is a mixture of solid particles and the gases in the air. Car emissions, chemicals from the factories, dust, etc. Preventions are that we should reduce or eliminate fireplace and wood stove use. We should reduce using vehicles. Should avoid burning leaves, trash, etc. Now I will tell you about water pollution. The addition of harmful chemicals to natural water. Water pollution results when contaminants are introduced into the natural environment. It happens when toxic substances enter water body. From various industries, dirty water come into the ocean and the marine wildlife gets harmed due to us. The prevention is that first we should clean all the garbage and the plastic material from the water and clean it in the industries itself. So thus the marine life will not get harmed and will be safe, and also the ocean will be clean. So this was my project on pollution. I hope you liked it.
Hello friends, welcome to the Bosco Kala Utsav. I am Mohammed Qureshi from class 8E.
And I am Fazal Qureshi from class 7B. So today we are going to demonstrate how does the hydraulic lifting device works. So what is hydraulics?
Hydraulic is the study of mechanical properties of the liquid and their uses. So what is hydraulic pressure?
Liquids are incompressible. So when a force is applied to it, it immediately gets transmitted to the surface in contact. This is called hydraulic pressure. So what are the uses of hydraulic pressure? Do we see them in a surrounding?
Yes, we see them in our surroundings. They are used in car brakes, power steerings, etc.
So let us demonstrate with the help of an experiment how the hydraulic pressure works. Let us see what are the things we need to perform the experiment. We need some cracked sticks, aluminum wire, some thin sticks, gum,
Transparent tape, drill machines to make holes, and syringes with the tubeless pipe.
First we need to make 3 holes in each stick like this. Then we need to cut the wires of about 2 inches.
Then we need to make hinge joints like this. The product should look like this.
After making several axes, we need to join them from the corners like this. And then join this with some wire. So after joining the sticks as shown earlier, a crank mechanism is formed like this. Then we take some colored water and then pull it into the syringe in such a way that the pipe is full of colored water. And then we take a cardboard platform and stick it with that. So now the lifting device is ready for operation and can fully work. Thank you for listening.
Hi friends, I am Rugved Sutar from class 8. I am here to show you the model of presenting the mechanism of breathing. All of you know that the breathing is the most important in a life survival. Do you know the basic phenomena behind it? Let us know it. Come. I will imagine this bottle as the thoracic cavity, the upper tube as trachea, the 2 tubes join as the bronchus, the red balloons as lungs, and the blue rubber sheet as diaphragm. During inhalation, the diaphragm expands down and the volume increases in the thoracic cavity and the pressure decreases. It is the tendency to the air to move down to the higher atmospheric pressure to the lower atmospheric pressure. When the pressure is low, the outside air enters the trachea, bronchus and lungs and inhalation takes place. During exhalation, the diaphragm moves to the original dome position and the volume decreases in the thoracic cavity and the pressure increases. So again, to equalize the pressure, the air from the lungs moves out through the bronchus to outside air. The pressure is low. We conclude that air moves from higher atmospheric pressure to the lower atmospheric pressure, which is the principle for respiration.
Hello friends, I am Leon Subaya from Standard 8F. Today we are going to do an experiment on hydraulic lift. This is a model of an hydraulic lift. I have made this with 4 syringes and plywood pieces. This is how it works. 8 works under the fluid pressures. Fluids are liquid and gas. When the pressure is applied here, the water also gets the pressure, and the water filled in this range moves to this range, and when we pull this range automatically goes up. This is how this hydraulic lift works. This pressure of fluid was discovered by Pascal, hence it is known as Pascal's law. Since water is frequently used, it is also known as hydraulics. This is widely used in bed, sofa, crane, etc. This is also useful for parking facilities to reduce the cutting of trees.
My name is Latif Alfruz Confidant, Standard 8 Division F, and my experiment is Li-Fi light fidelity device. Is Li-Fi light fidelity device. It can transfer the data with the help of light. So let's start music. So this LED transfers the data and solar panel encodes the data. So in short, LED is sender and solar panel is receiver. So when I put my hand in between, so this happens. So let's repeat it. Some advantage like the data transferred by the Li-Fi is unhackable, and we can also use Li-Fi underwater, but we can't.
Good morning friends, I am Neerja West from Standard 6A. So today I am going to present a quite interesting experiment. The topic of my experiment is natural indicators to test the nature of substances. So let's begin. So here are my apparatus. First is my turmeric solution. Basically turmeric powder mixed in some amount of water. Then my second solution, basically my soap solution. Some water mixed with some soap. My third solution, my lemon solution. Basically some lemon squeezed in some amount of water and 2 empty glasses. So first I will mix the turmeric and the lemon solution. Oh, the turmeric solution has not changed its color. Let me tell you why. Turmeric is a natural indicator which tells us whether a substance is an acid or a base. Turmeric does not change its color when it comes in contact with an acid, indicating that the lemon juice is an acid. So let us try the same with the soap and the turmeric solution. I am going to mix the both of them. Oh my god, the turmeric solution has changed its color into red. But why? Come, let me tell you. When turmeric comes in the contact with a base, it changes its color from yellow to red, indicating that the soapy solution is a base. So friends, finally, I hope you understood the difference between an acid and a base. Thank you.